Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Somebody's Got to Do It. With me this morning, I have Mrs. Celia Ffrench Sanderson, and she's going to be sharing with us all about her duties. She works as a Master of Ceremonies and also an events planner. Welcome, Celia.
Thank you so much, Kamo, for having me.
Yes,
Good
it's
to see
lovely to
you.
have you. Good to see you too. Celia and I go way, way back to high school days.
That's right.
All right. So, Celia, tell us, what is an events planner?
Okay, so an events planner is someone who plans events naturally. So you get a client and you plan the decorator, you get the venue, you help them with their program. Sometimes they don't even know what to do, so you definitely have to be that person who is guiding them along the way. So that's basically what it's all about.
All right. And you deal with all the logistics involved.
That's right.
So, for example, if you're planning a wedding, what kind of events do you plan, first of all?
So first of all, I've only done weddings thus far, yeah. So let's deal with the weddings. So there are persons who will know what to do, some persons will not know what to do, and you have to take them through it. So one of the first things that you do is find out what their budget is, so how much money they have to spend, because of course the money is very important. And then the next thing is to find the venue, because you have to book these places early, because if you don't, you won't get to have it there. So you find the venue, and then the next thing you start to look about the pastor. They will do the personal stuff, get their gowns, get the bridesmaids, the groomsmen. They must feed you with these information. So you get the pastor, you get the person who's gonna, if the venue doesn't have catering services, then you get a caterer, and you must put it within the budget, right? So everything must fit into the budget. And then when it comes, let me see if that's enough. The caterer, you get the person who is going to do the video, who is going to do the photographer, if it is that they don't have anyone, because there are persons who will have persons, that they need to do those things. So you find the suitable, the most reasonable person who will do those things. You make sure they have their souvenirs, all of those little things. Then you give them a wedding program to ensure that they follow through, get the persons to do the things that are on the program. So for example, you're going to bless the meal, get somebody to bless the meal. You're going to have your toast, you have the persons to toast you. So that's basically it. And if they need a master of ceremonies, hey, I'm right there too.
Okay. Which area do you operate out of?
Pembroke. It's a one-man show, so I just do it from home.
Okay. But is there, anywhere in Jamaica that the person has the event you're willing to?
Oh yes, my last event was in Montego Bay, and I had to go to Montego Bay several times, to meet, to find a venue and all of that. It was fun. It is fun. There's a saying that says, when you do what you love, then you don't feel like it's work. Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, that's it.
There.
Yeah.
Give me an idea of some of the venues that you've had.
The venues?
Like, for example, at the beach. Have you done any seaside weddings?
Only master of ceremonies.
Okay.
So I never had anything much to do with that planning.
So they're mainly at the church and persons' residence?
Persons will do different things. Some persons will want a garden wedding. Some persons definitely want a church wedding. And that's the ceremony part. Some people will do both at the event, depending on if the event area if the venue, can accommodate the ceremony and the reception. Some persons do both there. So it's all about what you prefer. Yeah.
So you cover both the wedding ceremony and the reception.
And when we say cover, again, we deal with the program.
Yeah.
Yeah, we deal with the program and the runnings. And when they have rehearsal, I go to the rehearsal, make sure how do you want them to come in? Do you want two at a time? Do you want to? You can coordinate in many different ways. You can do anything. I tell people, it's your wedding. It does not have to be customary. Do what you want to do.
Want, right?
Yeah, it's your wedding.
So you customize it
Oh
according
yes,
to.
it can. That's right. It can be customized.
How long
Mhm.
have you been doing this?
um, as it relates to Master of Ceremonies, this is what 2024. I probably started in 2007. As it relates to Master of Ceremonies, as it relates to the event planning, I would say about 5 years for the event planning. So roughly from 2007 to now is what helped me 17 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And the event planning came about because I was working, I was doing a 9 to 5, and I realized that there was a need for the master of ceremonies, and I would obviously, I don't even want to say that, but I would go, I don't want to say, but I'd take my time and I'd go to different things because there are some persons like netball who would have press conference and they'd do it like 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock, So I'd go to those things. And eventually I said, but this looks like a lucrative business, This looks like something that, hey, I have never thought that I wanted to own my own business. No, that never came to me. But
Yeah.
then in doing it, I said, but no, man, go and go on your own thing. Go and do your thing. So I left my 9 to 5 without even knowing what was going to happen. But God worked it out and it happened.
Yeah. So it's not something you planned to become as a child. You never thought of, I'm gonna be a master of ceremony. I'm gonna be an events planner.
No, me love, because poor me. I never even know about this master of ceremonies. I mean, you go places and you see people emceeing. Um, one of my favorite persons was Jenny. So I went to karaoke and I saw her emceeing. I think who who made me even think that I could do this. And I remember asking her for the karaoke, how to get into the karaoke business. So that's where I really start. Well, what did you ask me again? Mama, answer the question you asked
Well, I
me.
was asking if it is something you imagined yourself doing.
Right. So no, it wasn't something I imagined. When I was growing up, I used to go to the doctor so often that I wanted to be a nurse when I got older.
Okay.
So when I went to school, me and biology was not friends. So I thought, hey, I couldn't be a nurse. And so that came out of my head. And then, so you see, one of the things I'm going to say as it relates to that, when your child says that they don't know what they want to become, do not pressure them, because you can study to be an accountant and you don't know where life is carrying. You don't know what you're going to do. You don't know what God has planned for you. So you're studied to be an accountant and you become a doctor. Yeah,
Right.
because that's what you love. So when your child says, I really don't know what I want to do, you just help them and guide them along the way, to find their what their passion is.
Okay.
Hmm.
So did anybody ever tell you when you were a child, boy, Celia, your voice sound like
No,
you
me
could,
love.
you
Hello,
know?
I remember, I remember being at a Texaco thing, and somebody said, Celia, where are you, sir? You, but when you go to school, you're so quiet. I'm like, well, yeah, I'm still quiet, but I can do what I do.
And you have a strong, powerful voice. You
Yes,
do.
yes. So a lot of times I go to places. Well, I remember being at stadium and um, the TVJ persons are there, so they stream live. And one lady, she came and she said, "You're more big, Whenever you come on, whenever you come on, I have to turn down the volume." I said, "I'm not doing anything. I'm speaking into the microphone. I don't know."
Yes, you have a
Yeah.
strong, powerful voice, Celia.
Yes.
Which high school did you attend?
So I went to Woolmer's Girls from 1985 to 1990. And then I went to Holy Child Commercial from 1990 to 1991. And then I
Mm-hmm.
went to Holy Child Sixth Form
Mm-hmm.
from 91 to, not 91, I think
93.
93.
Right.
And that's where I met you.
Yeah, that's where we met.
Yes.
Okay. What kind did you have any official training, or is there any official training required?
If you have it naturally, if you have a natural knock for it, then I would say no.
Mm-hmm.
But there are things that, so I learned along the way. Even when I started track and field announcing, um, I remember, I remember the first time I went, the gentleman that was there said, "I know you. Your voice isn't bad. If you just work on, learning the athletes, the schools, and all that you need to do,
Yeah.
you'll make it." He said, "You'll make it because I think you have a knack for it." Because in that area, if you notice, it's mainly men,
Right.
mainly. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a man thing. So when as a female you come and you get the attention of the listeners because of your voice or because of what you're saying, it works for you. So no training is necessarily needed, but if it is that you love it and you think it's something that you want to do and it's not a natural thing, then you can get training.
Mm-hmm. I
Mhm.
interviewed Danielle Dowie the other
Mhm.
day. Have you ever worked with her? She's another female
I have never.
sports commentator.
Yes, I hear her on different programs, but I've never
Yeah,
worked with her.
of
And
mine.
there are some persons who perhaps don't want to be the stadium announcer.
Mm-hmm.
So you get the stadium announcer is a little bit different. And you have to call the athletes, you have to call the races if no one is there for you to help you. Sometimes I work alone. At the bigger events, they have four of us working
Yeah.
on shifts. So sometimes I will call the races. When the men are there, I sit back. They don't want me to sit back, but I sit back and let them do it. Yeah.
Do you have to do a lot of research to comment on the races or even call the races?
If all right. So when I started, so that's why I say you learn along the way. When I started, I never did. You just go, you call the names, you call the races, you do what's in front of you, and then Donald started, and he did his research, and I'm like, "Is where you get them information?" I say, "You have to just,
Because you have to.
yeah, go online." I'm gonna tell you the truth. I am not very good at doing the research. I don't know. Sometimes it's hard to find. World Athletics is now trying to update, but then there are things that are not on World Athletics that you have to do yourself. I
Mm.
remember Bobby Frey saying to me, and I will tell you, I start about 10 books or 100 books. Bobby Frey said, "Celia, if you want to be the best or be great at what you're doing, you have to make notes." Bobby Frey have things in him head, and he
Yes.
had a big book
Yeah.
from 19 how long, and he could
Mm.
look at it and say, "Oh, there goes the principal." I say, "Oh, you know
Yeah,
that," and
you
there
could
goes this,
tell.
and
Yeah, you
yeah,
can tell.
because he wrote down everything. And again, I have tried so many times, but that part not coming yet.
Yes. Because it does give perspective and,
Yes,
add
yes.
something to the commentary when you can put in a little.
That's right. That's right. So again, I learned on the job.
Yeah.
Mhm, mhm.
What do you love most about whether it's the emceeing or the events planning?
So for the master of ceremonies, I just love the fact that I make people happy. Put it
Mm,
that way.
yeah.
There are some persons who say you're a comedian, and I'm like, me? No, I'm not. But I think um, once I hold the microphone,
Mm-hmm.
things come out of me that I don't even know is inside.
Right.
So that's why I say it's a God-given talent, and I just work with it. There are times when persons would come to me and say, "I'm going to MC this. What do I do?" And I would say to them, "Listen, I can't definitely tell you what to do. I can probably, give you some ideas, but I am an on-the-spot person. I yeah, I can't give you much advice, but just do some research and just try your best. That's all I can
Yes,
say.
yeah,
Yeah, that's all I can say to them. As it's the same for the event planning, to make people happy. So you're planning something for somebody, and when they're done, they will say, "Oh, thank you so much, beautifully done." Or,
Mhm.
yeah, it is just something that gives me a joy inside my heart. I remember doing a wedding once, and a little boy came to me and said, "Ma'am, I didn't know I was going to enjoy myself, but I enjoyed myself so much. Thank you." And when the babies come to you and they tell you these things, you feel good about yourself.
True,
Yeah.
true.
So that's just basically it.
And people just want to know that you are relaxed because you're gonna help them to
To
be
be
relaxed
relaxed.
and to
Yes,
enjoy
yes, yes.
themselves. Yeah.
Definitely. There are so many times when people would say, "No, my mother and my father, no, go do that." And I said, "No worry yourself. It's your wedding. They will, they will." And when
Yeah.
them finish, them say, you get her to do that, or oh, you get him to do that. I said, "I never get him to do anything. It is just your wedding. They
Yeah.
will come out at your wedding." So a lot of times I get that, but I said, "Don't
Mhm.
worry yourself. Do not worry." And I guess it's just the connection that I have. Like, I just relax. Nervous every single time I hold a microphone, nervous every time I go in front of people. There are people who say, "Why are you nervous for? You do this regular. This is your
Yeah.
thing." It's just something that happens. But once I start, I relax and I get people to relax. I remember doing a wedding and this guy said he's a pastor. I said, "Liar, tell, come give me a word for the come give me a," and man, him give me the word in about 10 minutes.
Don't get pastors started.
So, but I just like to involve everybody because at the end of the day, people must leave and say, "Oh, wow, this was a good thing." Yeah.
They felt included and
Yes.
right.
Because I don't like to go and sit. There are times when people just go somewhere and they just sit, looking
Yeah.
at what's happening, and they're not even moving their head. I like to involve people. People come, you must get involved. So I involve everybody when I'm
Mhm.
doing my events. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we're about to go into our slideshow section of the program. Before I do that, are there any outstanding memories that just you're always remembering, maybe at an event and this particular thing happened, whether it's a funny thing or a sad thing or very enjoyable thing that happened?
Um, hmm. So I told you about the young man. I was at netball once and a lady come and she said, "You're an idiot." So what you say? She does say it like that. But you're a good idiot. I love the idiot thing, the
Oh
boy.
my goodness.
I laughed till I pop up. Because I like, huh? She just said that,
Yeah, quirky and
Yeah, she don't say, "You're an idiot." But guess what? He's a good idiot. So I remember that. I remember Babsy Grange saying that I'm one of the best. I remember there's so many things. There are a lot of memories.
all right. So we're
Um,
going to go into the slideshow. And what I
mhm.
want you to do for me is as the pictures come up,
Yes.
I want you to just tell us what's happening, who is it, and what stands out for you in
Okay.
these.
So this was years ago. I don't remember the year. I was at a track meet. Where was this one? Don't even remember. But I was looking at her paper to see. I think this was a field event. Yeah, I think this was a field event. Looks to be long jump. So you look at the paper and you announce the marks that they have. Yeah.
Okay.
This was football. FIFA Women's. That was last year. And I was asked to be the master of ceremonies. So beside me is Olivia Grange, Minister of Culture, Gender, Entertainment, and Sport, and Minister. What is she minister again? That's Kamina Smith. I don't remember. She's Minister of what? Sorry, guys. Please forgive me. And this lady right here, I don't remember who she is. But that was FIFA's Women's World Cup trophy tour. and we went to Montego Bay. We went to different schools that some of the World Cup, the girls who play World Cup attend. This was at Garth Gale's celebration for his what's it called again now? His what did he get? Oh dear. Order of Distinction, I believe it was. So that's in the green and white is Vilma Charlton, Olympian. And can I tell you that I don't remember her name, but she's also she's a doctor and she's also an Olympian.
Okay.
And this is Mr. Garth Gale. He's the president of the J3As, and that's his medal around his neck. And this was his celebration last year.
All right. So.
These are my beautiful. Yes, the same event, and these are the ladies and the gentleman from that works at Jamaica Energy Partners, my friends.
And Celia in the middle, showing
that's me. Oh, I thought you would. Oh, that's me in the middle. Yeah, showing. Yeah, you know. All right. So this now was last year as well. This was at what was this again? The World Cup. The World Cup. I'm sorry, Kamo. I get a little freeze
if you don't remember exactly, that's fine. You know,
I was there mastering of ceremonies for the event. It was at the Knutsford Court formerly. What's it called now? Forget. We were there, and I think that's when somebody scored a goal and we were celebrating. Yeah.
Okay. Right. So if you don't remember the exact event or the exact date, it's fine, right?
This was at a friend's birthday party, her 50th birthday party. That's me in the black and the yellow thing. So I MC any event. I tell people if you want me to MC a 9 night, I will. So that was the birthday party. Yeah, she was cutting her cake.
Okay.
This was another birthday party. Listen, I had lots of fun. So he wanted to DJ to the birthday girl, and I said, come on, man, come on, DJ. So, you know, I was dancing, and the balloon decor that you see behind us there, I did it. Oh, my God.
Oh, you put that together?
Yes.
So you do the decorations sometimes?
I don't really want to, but, you know, sometimes
you just...
Sometimes I'm called to, so I did. Yeah, that was my third time.
You have to turn your hand like fashion.
That's right. And save some money. Yeah, save the people some
I
money.
have my 50th celebration next year coming up.
Beautiful. So this was the same party, and I do cakes as well.
When you say you do cakes, what you have?
So my grandmother. My grandmother used to bake and she used to decorate. I don't particularly like to bake. I will, but I don't particularly like it, but I love to decorate.
Decoration.
Yeah, so I'll decorate the cake. Okay. That was another one. So the bride got her cake made and I put it together. Okay. This is the crew now, the announcing crew. We're at Stadium last year. This is Boys and Girls Champs. That's Teddy Price, Dean Smith, Donald Smith, the announcer that was at Olympics just now, and Ricardo Chambers that works on Sports Max. Okay. I said to them that I'm glad I know them. I've never felt like happy to know anybody before. Like I'm just happy I know these two guys. Yeah. Wow. All of them.
And the only brown girl in the ring.
The only girl, not even, you don't even want to put the brown in there, but the only girl in the ring. Yeah. That's the brown girl again at a track meet. Okay. I went to Manchester High School. They were having a road race. And I was asked to go and MC. This was the press launch for the road race. And I was asked to go and do the master. That was last year as well. Okay. This now is Reggae Marathon. I've been doing reggae marathon for how long? How long? So I used to work with running events. Um, they're in charge of road races, so I'd be the master of ceremonies at times, or the announcer, whichever one you want to call it. And
And
this
you,
is
you
me.
have to know when to turn up the vibes and when to tune it down, right? You have to,
Oh, of course, everything you have up and down.
right?
And then
Some
for the
events
past,
need some real vibes.
yeah, yeah. And I guess for that reason, for the past 2 years, they asked me to MC the show at the end of the
Mm,
run.
okay.
Hmm.
And then you might have some more somber, like you say, you might do a night, you might do,
Hmm. I've done funerals.
yeah.
Yeah. Hmm. This is a baby shower, and I was the MC at that baby shower.
Okay.
Tracy, and this now is Yardy Sports Women's Conference.
Mm-hmm.
So beside me in the tie with the stripes is Dwayne Richards. He's the owner of Yardy Sports, and to my other side is Antonia Bell. We co-MC'd that year.
Okay.
Mhm. This now is the sports. We were in charge of putting together a track meet at Pembroke Primary School. That's my past school. I
Mm.
attended 1980 to 1985. And my children, my two sons went there, and I was PTA president for a long time there.
Okay.
And yeah, so
So
that's the
you've
committee.
done some community work.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. This is me at a Christmas function for a ministry. Let me just show you. This is me at me and Lord help me Jesus. He not gonna kill me now, he was
This is
he's
why I'm
not,
not into the sports thing. We can't help you either, We can't help you.
he was the managing director at Sports Development Foundation, Denzel Wilkes. It would come back, I know it would. So
Yes.
we were at a
You are saved.
yes, I'm saved. That was an event, and this is me and Ricardo Chambers. We were co-MCs. Yeah.
Did the men ever make you feel intimidated? As you say, you kind of lay back.
No, no, no. We're all friends. We're all friends, and we look out for each other. They've never made me feel that way.
What does this banner say? We love who?
We love Celia Frenchy.
We love Celia Ffrench. I wonder why they would say that. What you did to
So
these kids, why they feel like they need to be clear.
So I would do netball as well. So this was Berger Elite League. And I tell you that they made my night that evening because I was coming from the hospital. My son was in the hospital at the time. I missed the week before, and they said that they took it the week before and they were coming to say we love you. And then they took it back the next week and them said them a praise them a come. So I left the hospital and I went, and when I saw this man, I was blown away. It was beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, because children are so sincere. So
Yes,
when you
yes,
get
yes.
things like these, it makes you really feel
Yeah,
good.
man. This was a track meet at GC Foster College of Physical Education and Sport.
Do you do sports yourself? You mentioned netball. You play netball?
I I used to play.
Used to, used to.
I used to play for motor sales. I used to play. Well, I was training with Pembroke. I never really played for them, but I was training with them.
Mhm.
Where else did I play netball? Perhaps at school during sports classes, but not for competition. My competition was with track and field, which I stopped when I was at Woolmer's. So I
Mhm.
love track and field, and I played hockey at Woolmer's. Hmm.
Oh, okay. So nowadays you just what jog, laps, walk.
Lord have mercy. Why you have to go there? So come on, Lord. So I am so fat. So I started to walk and I started to go to the gym because I need to really take off some pounds. Yeah. So that's being worked on.
All right.
All right. This is me and IKEA at Rebel Salute. I did Rebel Salute 1 year. I was the master
Oh,
of
you did?
ceremony. Yeah. So 1 year I worked as master of ceremonies, and the other year I worked interviewing people, that the vendors and so on. Yeah. So she went to Pembroke Primary as well.
Oh,
hmm This is me now at the Best Dressed Chicken 5K at Hope Gardens. That's a different version of me with no hair.
uh, you have to change it up, you know?
That's right. So this is me at netball, Berger Elite League. That young man is probably going into fifth form soon. Wow.
Wow.
hmm That's years ago. Same netball.
I imagine you meet a lot of celebrities, do you?
Um, how do I put this now? Yes, I would say that, but what should I say? I am not really the person who you have some people who them have to go meet somebody and them kill up themselves. I'm just so laid back. Yeah. So it happens though.
It happened.
It
And you
happened.
just
Yeah.
see them as another person
That's right.
to
That's
me.
right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay, so that's the end of that slideshow, but we have some video clips.
Yeah.
So the gun sends them off for Heat 1. All 7 competitors present in this one. Harborview has Cavani Welsh, he's going fastest. He's in lane number 4. So it's Welsh of Harborview, being passed now by Burrell of Hope Valley. So Burrell of Hope Valley is largely in charge of Heat number 1. He will get across the line to take it. 22.39 is the flash time. 21.49 the record. And the winning time for Burrell of Hope Valley, 22.41. He has the automatic spot into the semi-finals. So it's the winner from each heat plus the next 12 best times that will advance to the semi-finals.
So when I'm at track meets, my friend, yeah, when the noise is finished.
Really building the vibe.
Yeah, with that pot cover. That was me and Mona Prep. So at the National Stadium, I'd come out of the box sometimes and go and hear from the schools because they love that. They love when you interact with them, make them cheer and so on. Yeah. And the video before, I was at an in sports meet, the Eastern track meet in Stadium East. So that video now, you see, whenever I show a video like even this one, I have this friend, Stephen Meikle. Him love video me, because I really don't video. I don't. So a lot of time people will ask me for videos, and I really say I don't have any. But I remember that I put these up on Facebook because he's always videoing me.
Right. And the cut cover thing is our thing, though.
What?
Yeah, to build the vibes and
Woman, walk with it go Paris, walk with it go Los Angeles. Anywhere you want to go, pot cover. You see how much pot cover there?
Between entertainment, gender, with sports in the middle. A little issue with chronics here, a little issue with the Women's Caucus, and so I got delayed. But I must say your Emcee is one of the best. One of the best. Honorable Myron, you're a woman to your word. You said one.
Yeah, so that was when Babsy, I call her Babsy, said that I was one of the best. Yeah.
One of the best. Yes. Highly recommended.
Yes, ma'am.
What are some of the, would you say, some of the common misconceptions about being an MC, being an events planner, especially a female?
For the events planner, there's no misconception. Um, it's what you do, and I think mostly females are in that business.
Okay.
Mostly, I think, yeah. But for the master of ceremonies now, I remember doing a wedding, and a gentleman came and said, "You did good, and the fact that you're a lady, I
Mm-hmm.
never even know that you had lady master of ceremonies, but man, you were good." So that kind of, people see a master of ceremonies as a man who would do well. They
Yeah.
don't put ladies. What as the
I
ladies?
wonder why. Why do you think they believe that the woman maybe would not measure up to this job?
I have absolutely no idea. Maybe because I guess maybe, and I can't even say because I've not done any research on it to
Mm-hmm.
see if you usually had if you had ladies back in the days, or it was just a man thing.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe for a lot of them, it's just a man thing. So when a lady comes in it and does well and stands up on her own, then they see it as a big thing.
Yeah.
I think that's the only misconception, really, that you're a female. Yeah.
What are some of the challenges that you face in either of the jobs?
So the challenges for the master of ceremonies, I remember going to a party and I basically cut off the people. It was no, seriously, it was a Christmas party, and it was like everybody was like sitting down, and I'm saying, what is this? I said, I'm telling you something. You see, if you are to have a function, you're gonna want people to come and participate. So I said, "Una can't sit down, sir. Una just sit down and boring and all of them. Una need, if I call, una need to come." And I never thought that they would have called me back because, yeah, like my cousin off.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So from that, they called me back, and I, every year I remember saying to the girl, "No, not tired of me. I'm can use money." And she said, "No, Celia, we're not tired of you." So it's challenging when you look in a crowd at times and you see some faces that are just like, Jesus, don't look right there, so please hide your face from the person there. And you probably have a table that everybody sit around it just well serious. You don't like the serious people. You like people who, when they leave the house, they go out to just have a little fun and go home back. Yeah, it's that simple. What other challenge? You have to be, as a master of ceremonies, you have to put together things to do. Like if you want to involve the crowd, so what are they going to do? Things that they will love, because you can't just do anything either. Sometimes I have things down to do, but when I go and I see the type of people that is there, I probably make up something else or do something else because so you have to know who is sitting in front of you.
You have to read
can't
the
just
crowd.
read the crowd is right. Event planning, I don't really have any challenge.
I mean, people will book you and don't want to pay you after the wedding done. Or how is the payment done? You have to pay in full, or they pay down and then what? How do you do it?
So that is something that I've always been asked, and I said, for one, I do not take a down payment. That's the first thing. And anybody who calls me I will say that to them. Why don't I take a down payment? Because anything can happen. I'm your master of ceremonies. I'm not your caterer. Anything can happen to me. I can, so you're going to need somebody else. So don't pay me. That may have to go back in my account and take it back here. You understand? Me can't bother with that. So, but there are times when
is that the same as the event?
I operate the same way, seriously, because I don't know. It's a business thing. It's a challenge. So it's something that I need to work on getting a down payment. Yeah. because there are
Because I'm thinking for the event planning, there are things you have to pay
so
for them.
no. Mm-mm.
When
The
you get this,
person, the
you get this
person,
person, you get that
mm-mm.
person.
The person. So I will contact the person and I will say, this is this. So you need to pay them their
Oh,
deposits. Yeah.
okay.
I don't take their money and do it.
Oh,
Yeah. Let them do it, man. It can work that way.
okay. That's not,
Yeah.
that's not how I imagined it. I imagine it kind of like a contractor kind of thing,
Mm-hmm.
where they
I
come
take
to you and then you dispatch to whoever.
it can work that way. It's
Mm-hmm.
all about the person, but for me, mm-mm. I tell you who is who. I tell you how much they charge,
Mm-hmm.
and you make the deposit, and so on. Because how many persons really would take up their money and give to me? I don't know. I don't know. Yeah,
You
I
provide
don't
the
know. It could
service, and
happen
these are
though. It could.
events that these are milestone events that people are
Yeah.
looking for.
It could happen, but I stay away from that. Let them do it. Hmm.
Okay. Um, is it a frustrating job sometimes? I know you're passionate about it, but do you sometimes get frustrated and say, why do I bother? I don't want to bother anymore.
No, 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 I don't. It's frustrating in the sense that there are times when, like I said, for the master of ceremonies, when the crowd would just be sitting there and don't want to participate because
Mm,
some people probably say, "Me nah make you draw me out, you know. I mean, no
mm,
want you make me I do no foolishness." And I said, "Listen, to act, I got to use the word what the lady used, to act like an idiot is good for you. It's good
mm,
medicine. To keep laughing is good medicine. So don't be afraid. Come on out and let's do this, you know."
mm,
Um, Event planning, what are the challenges there now? And I don't even think it's a challenge, because people have different opinions. So my opinion may be different from yours.
mm.
I may want you to do something and you don't necessarily want to do that, but we try to work things out, you know? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, basically, but I enjoy it. So
You ever do something and I mean, from your point of view, you're trying to mellow the vibes, make people flex. But you ever do something that at the end of the day you feel like you put this person on the spot and maybe you regretted saying that or doing that or asking the person to do that?
I can't remember what, but I think it happened. Well, all right. So I remember being at a run, and of course we keep them entertained during the time when they come back and they're eating and so on. And I called up some people and I said to them, act as if someone for you passed away and you're going to cry.
Mm-hmm.
And then the person I was working for came and said, boy, it turned out well, but like should I say, Camo just lost her,
Oh, so you really
whatever.
well,
So
yeah.
yeah, so it kind of perhaps,
Anyway.
yeah, but it came out well. Everybody did it, but
Mm-hmm.
I never really liked that one. I said, fine,
Mm-hmm.
but thank God it came out well. Yeah, you understand?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that kind of thing will happen at times.
So this is definitely something you see yourself doing in future. Um,
Definitely, definitely. I met a young man the other day, and he said, "I know you," and I'm like, "Hey, where you know me from?" And he explained where he knows me from, and he said, "Listen, I think you were made for this. I love to watch you. I love to watch you in action. I love what you do, how you make people feel. I love the
mhm,
fact that you interact with people. So this is your calling, and you must stick with it." And I
mhm.
said, "Okay, man, I will." Yeah,
Encouragement is very
but
good.
who knows? Maybe I'll become a nurse one day too. Can never, you see,
Yeah,
can
no
never
matter how
tell.
confident you are, once you get words of encouragement,
Yeah,
it does help.
yes,
So
it
is this
does.
either of these jobs, is it something you would recommend to the youth to do? Like if you have your niece, your nephew, even your kids who say, I want to do this, is it something you would say, go ahead
Oh,
and do
oh
it?
yes. I would not limit anybody. It's as long as you have the passion and you think that's what you want to do, go for it. If you need my help, I will definitely help you. Anything that you think you were made to do,
Mm-hmm.
go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
Go ahead and do it. I remember you were in the bank. What are you now? Who are you now?
Yeah. You
You
know,
are
I spent just 1 year at the bank and I
mhm,
realized the 9 to 5 is not me.
not you. Exactly.
Not me.
So you are now one of the greatest teachers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Writer and all kind of stuff.
kind of something, and your
You know,
kids are doing.
you have persons who are in jobs, but they would never recommend for their kids to do it.
I
Or
know.
yeah, you have persons in particular jobs.
Mm-hmm.
They say, I'll do it. I have what it takes, but I would never want. I wouldn't wish this on my enemy.
Mm-mm. No, if my kids um saw the need
Mm-hmm.
and thought that they wanted to be doing it, then I would say go ahead.
Yeah.
My daughter, growing up, she was so shy, and
Mm-hmm.
now she's out there singing in front of, and I'm like, huh?
Mm-hmm.
She's so if she had the need to be a master, as a matter of fact, I think she has done it as well,
Yeah.
but not to the extent that I have, or
So
it is not something that she's particularly fond of.
mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, man, anybody wants to do it, go ahead and do it.
Right. How could people reach you if they want you to come in and be a master of ceremony, or if they have an event that they would like you to plan for them?
So my number is 876-486-5342, and you can get me on WhatsApp on that number.
Okay, say it again, please.
876-486-5342.
Okay, so you can call Celia Frenchy, Celia Frenchy,
You see,
and
you see it French, that name stuck with me, because I use my name and I put the IE because they call from yourself French, them call you Frenchy. And I
Mhm.
put the IE and I said, all right, what am I gonna? And I said, all right, I'm gonna use my first name initial C.
Mhm.
So a lot of people call me Celia Frenchy. So don't bother seeing
Yes,
me.
right,
And
right.
they forget the French.
All right, so it's Celia French, otherwise known as Frenchy. And I've used you before, so I can definitely recommend you. If you want somebody who is gonna build the vibes and just let your guests feel welcome and feel at home and feel like they can really groove with what is happening. And this is someone who has the emotional intelligence. But that's one thing the MC has to have: emotional intelligence. You have to read where you are and who is in front of you, and
Definitely.
adjust yourself to that.
Mhm.
Whether you're dealing with kids or is some seniors or athletes or
Mhm.
corporate persons, you have to adjust. And I can tell you, Celia is that person.
Yes.
So, any parting shots, any words of encouragement for those who are coming up, or anything you want to add, Celia?
So they say all the time, you hear it all the time. Anything you want to be, you can be. Just work hard at it.
Yes.
Do not listen to the naysayers. Do not listen to people telling you. And one of the things, do your own research.
Mm-hmm.
Do your own research. Even if I say to you XYZ, go do your research to find out if I'm telling you the truth.
Yeah.
And you cannot listen to the naysayers. You have to go. Anybody who is giving you negative talk, forget them.
Mm-hmm.
Stick with the people giving you the positive vibes.
Yeah. And you
Always
want
busy.
to, would you like to mention again? I know you mentioned a couple persons, but those who helped you along the way and gave you some guidance, gave you some advice. You want to throw some names out there for us again?
No, me don't want to do that because next thing you
Too
know, me
much,
gonna leave
too
out
much, too
people.
much.
Yes, no, me do that. But I will say this: in my initial, so when I started outside of even home, I
Mm-hmm.
started at Meadowbrook Prep School. That's where my daughter went to Meadowbrook Prep.
Mm-hmm.
1 year they were having a Meadowbrook fair, um, and I think the master of ceremonies didn't come or something, and a teacher was going to do it. I said, I can do it for you. And that's where I started. Um, and I did that, and I think I did well because the principal asked me now to come and do sports day, and that was my first track and field thing, where I'm doing sports day. So I say thank you to the principal at Meadowbrook Prep. Why am I having a name, a name?
Don't worry, they know who they are.
Yeah, her name is you. So thank you to her. And
Yeah,
I'd say to Jenny for, she inspired me and made me see that, it could work. Jennifer Small, thank you so much. Thank you to everybody who hired me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you. So you do one job here and somebody in the crowd sees you, likes you, you get a next job. And that's
right.
how it's supposed to be. Thank you to everybody who has used Ffrench.
Yeah. And for those who are listening to you and feeling inspired and motivated and say, you know what, I want to be an MC, I want to be an events planner. What's the very first thing you would say? Do this first.
You want the first thing I'd say is go and do it. Go and do it. If
Hmm.
you're a student at school, there must be a teacher that you're close to. There must be a teacher that you can say, listen, miss, I want MC this today.
Mm-hmm.
Because you feel like,
So
so you
start
may
a little school event.
start with, yes,
Yeah.
you have to start somewhere. And
Or
the
your
next thing,
company having a little thing.
you
Yeah.
start right there. The next thing I will say is, you might do it for the first couple of times and don't even get paid, but keep
Right.
doing it. Keep doing it. There are many things that I've not gotten paid for, and I'm not talking about people that I say I will do it for you. I'm not talking about that. There
Mm-hmm.
are things that when I started, because you want to get your name out there, so
Mm-hmm.
you don't even know. And I'll tell you that I've been out there so long, and I'm one of the cheapest. May I tell you, I am
Yeah.
one of the cheapest because that's just me. I'm one of the cheapest. So
Okay.
start where you are. If it's even at home, if you're having a function at home, start there. Plan it. If you want to do be an event planner, just plan something, anything. Make a teacher, somebody at work.
Mm.
Start.
I'm telling
Just
you,
start.
I have a graduation coming up, as I told you,
Mm-hmm.
Celia, and it's one of my past students going to be MC.
See there.
Called
Sure.
her up, yeah, because when she was graduating, she went up and she sang, and I saw the vibes that she had
You
just.
had.
I said, listen, I have a vacancy, wanna come and MC for me? And the rest, she was, yes, Miss, I really excited. Every minute she messaged me, Miss, can you send me the program? She ready
Yes.
to get
She
started.
and you see, she has the knock because she said,
Mhm.
Miss, send me the program. She wants
Send
to
me
see
the
it ahead.
program, right?
Exactly. That she can plan on it. Woman, tell her congratulations.
I will. I will. All right. So, Celia, I want to thank you for taking the time out to come share with us. And I hope that our viewers were inspired and those who have it in mind and feel like you have what it takes to do, whether it's the events planning or work as an MC. I hope that you will take the step, take the leap, and do that. So, Celia, I wanted to just run the number by us again, and then we're going to close with the pot cover them.
876-486-5342.
All
Thank
right.
you, Kamo. October.
Yeah, that's our thing. We need to patent it, you know. We need to patent